Greetings everyone, this is Char Willie. Welcome to the JustAskChar advice channel. If you have an email for advice, you can send it to JustAskChar@gmail.com. Today I have a letter from a young man and he writes, Dear Char, I just got out of a relationship and I need advice. I have HSV1, which is herpes, but I don't have any of the bumps or symptoms. The negative side effect is that people can still be affected. It's a gamble. And I'm trying to date people who have the same situation as me, but the issue is when I go to online websites to meet people, no one lives in my area. And those women that do are asking too much out of a man. There are not many options in my area. The last 2 relationships that I were in, I asked the ladies if they would come and live with me because I had my own place and the women were younger, so they were open to the idea. But at the end of the day, I'm the one that keeps getting hurt. I want a relationship, not a long distance one. I want to first commend you for doing what you've been doing, trying to date those that are around you with the same situation. That is really commendable. A lot of people wouldn't take the responsibility of trying to keep others safe. And I really want to thank you for that. Now, as far as the people or the women that you met on the websites and they're asking for too much out of a man, I would love to hear some of the things that they're asking. Now, I do take your word for it. You said that it's too much. I have to believe you. Now, what I'm wondering is, how far are they willing to go when it comes down to asking too much? Especially if you're saying that they have the same situation that you have. Maybe they're not taking responsibility in trying to keep others safe. That is possible. But I'm glad you have looked over those type of women, because you would just run into trouble. When someone tells you and show you who they are, do believe them. Do believe them. Now I have a question. I would like to know, the last 2 relationships that you've had, you said the women were younger and they were open to the idea of living with you. From what I can tell, because you were dating those that were in your area, but you didn't have many options, and I understand that, you asked them to live with you. Now, it is very hard to really kind of get to know someone long distance and to invite the person into your home to live. That is a gamble, You really only get to meet the representative the first good 45 days. Some people begin to shed that mask maybe about 60 days, but they normally cannot get past the 89th day. They just can't make it. Now, if you were to ignore what you see, then they could get past it. But you will see the little signs a lot of the times by that 89th day. They just cannot make it in 90 days. And it's the same with a job. That's why they have 3 months, those 90 days, because they know if there's anything with your attendance issues and all that, it normally will come out by that 89th day. Keep that in mind. the relationships that you've had, the last two, they did not work out, but did you see any signs in both instances? Because like I mentioned, people, they really can't keep that mask up to their face that long. So were you aware, and did you ignore certain things that you've seen because you wanted the relationship to work, or you were just willing to just let go of some things? I'm, kind of curious about that. I'm going to skip to the end where you say that you want a relationship, not a long distance one. So I understand that a lot of people that is not in your area are more willing to, or are dateable, I'll put it that way, but they're too far away. Okay. Now, this is what I would say. Whatever the distance is, whether it's far or near, do not invite anyone else to come live with you. Don't do that. I normally say 3 strikes, you're out. You're at number 2. But I want you to be more aware, to observe what's going on in a relationship. You gotta be proactive. You can't allow a woman to just do whatever she does, thinking if you let it go, things will work itself out, because it will not. And when you say you keep getting hurt, I'm wondering, is the financial pain that you're experiencing, is it physical? Was there any violence? And or was it just the emotional hurt that you felt? I'm kind of wondering about that. There's a lot of things in here that we can't really cover with just this amount of information. At the end of the letter, you said that you're feeling numb lately. Breakups can, sometimes get ugly in so many different ways. And I'm gathering from what you're saying here, even though it isn't a lot, that the things that's going on with the women, you're not picking up on, or you're ignoring them. I'm not for sure which one it is, or it could be both. But in order to have a better relationship, you have to relate to that person. So if it's a lot of arguing, fighting, disagreements, you have to figure out what is going on, why you're not able to work things out. Is it just a clash of personalities, religion? What could it be? So you have to work those things out so you can have a better relationship. And I hate that these things have happened to you, but in relationships we learn, it's okay. We get better at it the more we do it. So that's fine. And you are a dateable guy. That is not even an issue. But I would like to say, right now there is a pandemic going on. And getting out there, meeting people, it's going to be a little hard to do that. It is going on, but it's a little bit harder with a mask on, saying, hello, how you doing? Because you got a mask on. And they're like, what do you say? So things will get better. You'll be able to go out and socialize a little better. And when you do, when it's time, when it's safe to do so, take the woman to a place, an open place like a coffee shop, something like that. That way you don't have to spend a lot of money. Have a conversation and let them know what your situation is, to see if they're willing to, date someone that's affected. Now, I know there are some precautions and things, but it's no guarantee. I'll put it that way. So be sure to, be upfront with that person on the date, on that first date. And if you get past that first date and they're willing to take a second one, then you have a chance with that person. And I hope that helps you. And I wish you the best. Thank you everyone for tuning in to JustAskChar Advice channel. And again, if you have a letter for advice, you can email it to me at justaskchar@gmail.com. And who knows, your letter may be the next letter that I read. And until the next letter, peace.